I think they need to change it up. That needs to be their last move.
I'd probably add him back to the roster on that team like that.
Welcome to Reverse Sweeps Preview Show presented by USAA Insurance. Enable, Pacman, and myself are going to go over everything we hope to see and what we expect to see from these teams now that we have one more stage, Stage 5, before we head to Champs. Now let's take a look at the standings thus far. Major 4, Stage 4 is all wrapped up, and well, Atlanta FaZe by a country mile is in first place, 465 CDL points to Dallas Empire at 320 in second place. The interesting topic, and we'll get to this too, is Dallas, Toronto, and New York in second, third, and fourth go from 320 points to 315 to 310. So there could potentially be some very, very big shifts in those teams, depending on how Stage 5 goes. But let's start with New York, guys. New York, they did not have a seam at the major. They did not do well at the major. They have a seam back now for Stage 5. Do you think they get back to form?
I do. I feel like because this was such a tough spot, you don't lose anything mentally from losing. Usually the reason why you fall back is one, either your players start struggling, or two, your team's mentality suffers. But they shouldn't. Like, you saw that Hydra's still gross on land, Clay's Clay, and Mac was playing fine. Like, you still have, all your pieces are there. You just didn't have Asim, and he's the most aggressive player, got entry guy, clearly one of the better players on the team and in the league in general. You bring him back, that should, if anything, it should just make you more confident. They still got to win under their belt. So
yeah, I mean, it might light the fire on them just because, like, of this circumstance. That is unfortunate. But it's like John said, they didn't bench Asim. There's no bad blood. Obviously, they all want him back. I'm pretty sure he is getting everything situated, and he will be good to go.
Yeah.
But so, yeah, I think they'll get back to where they were at. It's going to be a little bit harder now, though, I guess, with how Empire has been playing, but they should be good still.
Well, according to Clay, though, didn't have a ton of positives to find. He did tweet, every year it's hurdle after hurdle, so on. I don't know how much more I have left in me, which seems sort of odd considering you got second place at the stage before this. 2 months until this season's over, and we'll see, we'll see. Is this just dramatics, or does Clay have a point?
Dramatics.
Oh, I thought you were going to,
Dramatics.
I know Clay. And I mean, what he said is fair. He's had a lot of obstacles in his career in general, but he's also had a lot of success. You know, it's the good and the bad. Yeah. But he also knows that that'll get the timeline jumping. You know, like people be thinking.
Crim can't be stealing all the limelight on the.
Yeah, but I mean, he's making it seem like he's gonna retire. You know, now you're thinking like, oh, if Clay gets another ring, he's gonna retire on top. So that's just how Clay's always been. You know, we love him for who he is, but clearly drama.
Clearly, at the end of the day, Clay's also like, he's actually a really good gamer. He's a competitor. Yeah. I mean, like, when I say good gamer, he's good at multiple games. He's like, it's what he does. Like,
well, I saw him tweeting about Halo Infinite. Maybe I got to switch over.
He just talk. That's what Ian's saying. He just talking for the interactions, and it's like this
Clay will play till 40.
This one, it sucked what happened to him, and everyone knows it, and everyone's saying it. But we know, like,
it sucks for Asim, who could not be there.
It sucks for the team.
Yeah.
And then it's
that's the thing.
It makes it about me, and that's why I'm saying it's dramatic. Like, it's not about you. It's like this happened to all of you. It happened to NYSL.
Like, normally, if something was to happen behind the scenes, right, and so no one knows, then I would kind of understand it. You know, if it makes you feel a little bit better about yourself. But when everyone already knows that, like, they clearly could tell, seems not like the roster. It's like, we know Clay. You good, baby. Just keep it moving.
We get it. This sucks. He'll be back though. It's not the worst thing in the world.
Okay, so something that we talked about before the major that I actually just realized we haven't really touched on as the conclusion to that. We talked about, are any rookies who have never been on land going to be duds? So I know this is a preview show, but really quickly for the major, were there any rookies you saw that really just didn't bring it on land?
I wouldn't say duds. Yeah. Like, duds in the sense of where they absolutely just threw and they costed their team?
I don't think so. I can't think of one.
Insight was great. Neptune was great.
Neptune was great. I mean,
the duds came from the veterans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How did Big Wake play?
He was okay.
He was okay.
Like that's what.
Maybe that's the
Yeah.
the least
Was
outstanding
it a dud,
performance.
though? Yeah, like
because but he's also
he was
one of the
hyped up.
he's also
Yeah.
one of the better
Yeah.
players in the league online.
That's what I was gonna say. Is it's not a dud, but they were just most of them were just okay.
I think that's a pleasant surprise. I think that's a good thing, right? Like all talent was either what you expected it to be, maybe a little bit less, but no one was a straight up.
Well, it's so hard, Katie, with the format because you're right, but it's like some teams only play 3 maps, and
That's fair.
you
Yeah.
know,
That's fair.
you know what I'm saying, and so.
In the past, you'd go through pool play, so it'd be like, wow, that guy sucks.
Yeah,
you
like
really
you get
tell
a
the
good
grind.
sample
Yeah.
size. I wish moving forward, stage 5, the groups would be on LAN too, but
Me too.
not there yet.
A reminder, Reverse Sweep is presented by USA Insurance. They make it super easy to insure all of your stuff, like your rigs and gear, and they have your back. Eligibility restrictions apply. Insurance provided by United Services Automobile Association and its affiliates, San Antonio, Texas. All right, any teams that you think will improve, gentlemen?
Improve.
I want each of you to pick someone.
Improve, as in just improving.
Stage 5.
So assuming all the rosters are the same, I mean, I have to go. I mean, this is a cheat code answer, but I have to go with LAT because they can be worse. So I have to assume that they'll improve.
If your answer is they have to improve because they can't
They
do
can't
well,
was your
be
question.
worse, yes.
That
That's
was
fair,
your
that's
question.
fair. That was my
your
question,
question.
but that's a
Which
tough
team will improve?
answer.
They
I
might
have
make
to go
a
with
team
LAT.
change though.
I mean, they'll still improve.
How many are they at now? How many?
They're at the most. I know
They're at the
that.
A
most,
lot.
and whatever team change they
Yeah.
make, I'm sure they feel like it's gonna be to the best thing for the squad, just like all the rest of them.
At this
And they
point,
found themselves still getting last at Major 4. So
okay, come on. They did. Am
Am
you're
I
right,
wrong?
You're right. You're right.
I'm not wrong.
I think the team that will improve the most, Katie, in stage 5. It's actually tough because you can't say FaZe. I mean, I guess you could technically.
You could.
If they win the finals again and it's anything better than 5-4, they technically improve. But I'm gonna go with NYSL. I really think that they realize they missed an opportunity with how close the 2, 3, 4 spots are. They want to get top 2 because you have that bye, right? I believe if you're top 2 at champs, that's how it works. So
Everyone wants that second.
yeah. So they realized that, dang, if they had a good event, they'd be in a very nice spot right now. But they aren't. And I think they're gonna grind, work their ass off. Seam's gonna come back with the fire, and they're gonna do well.
Actually, I'm gonna change. I want to go with Dallas to answer that
Oh,
question.
look at him. He went LA.
Well, LAT was just the easy
Oh,
answer.
okay, Ian, don't act like you don't shuffle. You do that all the time.
But
Sometimes.
I think that Dallas is at least going to solidify themselves as the second best team.
Ooh, okay.
And that's because
That's
I
interesting.
I really do think that Shotzi is that much better than pretty much everyone else. And with
He's
the
a
rest of the
beast.
team improving, it's the same thing that happened last year. Shotzi was actually considered the best player in the game, even though FaZe had all this talent. Shotzi is the one that, like, people are just like, he's just better. That's the thing. And when he gets on that type of path and the team gets on that path, I really do think that Dallas can overcome both Toronto and New York and become at least a solid second team.
I'm sorry. I'm just genuinely curious. You got me thinking. What if Shotzi was on FaZe for our cities and Celian was like the main AR? Do you think that FaZe team would be even
Who'd
better?
run the AR
I don't
though?
give up our cities.
I do. You have to.
I mean,
Wait, first of all, if you can get Shotzi, you take Shotzi
No,
because you build an.
Okay, but if you can get Hook, you take Hook, and he can't spell his name right. So, like, maybe that doesn't work out.
Shotzi's
so
the
well.
best though.
Well, I just meant, I'm sorry, I was just
I
thinking
know
about
what
it
you mean.
because Abizi, Simp, and Shotzi, like, because
Yeah, but my thing is, I think our cities has intangibles
that's true.
that help.
Yeah,
Simp and
yeah.
Abizi.
Their whole
Yeah.
team's gross, first of all. I mean, I wouldn't change their team simply because everyone needs to be on the same page and all that.
Yeah,
But we're
that
talking
was a
about
random thought that
Pure
just
on,
came to
pure
me.
on paper, if you could have them, that'd be sick.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Like
you're on paper,
seeing
yeah.
Shotzi
Fair.
in that FaZe red would be interesting.
All right, so maybe you might mention Toronto, considering you kind of teased it a bit now, but any teams that you might be worried for? So first off, any teams you might be worried for, and any teams you think need to make a fix now for champs?
LAT. I mean, I don't know where they're at in the, well, so like I know 2, 3, 4 is close. I don't know where the Thieves
Let me take
stand.
a look. So 2, 3, 4. Thieves are in 7th at 180 points. Florida is in 8th at 170. But 9th place is at 100, and it's LA Grills.
So they're safe.
Wait, but what's six? Who's six? When were that?
6th is Minnesota at 200 points. OpTic is 5th at
See,
So they're only
270.
30 points behind. They can make that
Yeah.
gap.
Yeah. So the
If they
reason
were-
No,
why
so
they
Thieves are 20 points behind Minnesota.
Yeah. Okay. So they
20
need to improve now because you don't want to go in the champs 7th, 8th.
Right.
You start in loser bracket. If you make that top 6, at least you can afford to lose.
Yeah.
If you go to champs and you can only lose one series, that's the worst feeling ever.
Yeah.
And LAT, they haven't looked good as of late. They need to turn it around right now if they want to have any sort of success within the rest of the year.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good one. LA Thieves is a scary spot. Improve, it has to be, for me, it's OpTic.
Yeah.
They have to, like, I mean, at this point, they're not going to make a team change. So in order to improve, they have to, I feel like they did, the scary part for me is I feel like they turned off their streams, they went to the grind, they did
were
what
going
they
hard.
could. They were going hard, and they did make an improvement because there was a point where they fell off. But they did
Yeah.
make that improvement, but this is the first time where they're not a true contender in a long time. Like maybe since World War II, this is the first time where they're not a contender. And that was the only time before that. Like they are truly not a championship level contender, and they have all this talent. So they're the team that.
And they looked
that I'm
better in
really
World War
worried
II. Even when they weren't a contender, like I still think you thought for at least a little bit, like oh they could steal one event.
Yeah.
I just think it's like no shot. There's just
Exactly.
no chance that they can win.
So that's
Not even win. I just think there's like no chance they can make it to the finals.
I don't either. There's
I don't either,
There's no chance they make it to a final.
If they do, the FaZe is gonna be chilling.
Yeah. If they do, FaZe will be there waiting.
Assuming, I mean, they're not gonna get to the top 2 spots. So they're not gonna have a bye, and they're gonna have to beat 2 of those teams.
Yeah. It's gonna be tough.
Yeah.
It's gonna be tough.
All right, let's take a look at the majors' unsung heroes and what we can expect from them moving forward with Got You Covered, presented by USAA Insurance. Upgrade your gear protection with USAA Insurance. Guys, one to watch, someone you're really keeping your eye on now that we're in the final stretch before Champs, stage 5.
I'm gonna go with Cammy. I think Cammy's a top 5 player in the game.
He's
I don't know what my list would be. Something with Shotzi, Cammy, and FaZe. Something like that. But like Cammy is gross, and if hopefully like I know he feels down about the way the team lost.
That head in his hand still.
Yeah, because
hate to see it.
even though he's going crazy for them the whole time, at the end of the day, he made a play that ended up losing for them, right? And I just feel like hopefully he puts that to the side, and everyone knows how good he is, and hope he knows how good he is, and it gives him that fire and that momentum to come back and try to get back to the finals. And he's been disgusting, and I hope for the EU fans and for Toronto that Cammy keeps that up and maybe even boosts his performance going forward.
He is disgusting. I hope he uses it positively and not negatively, where he's just kind of in his own head, like Ben Simmons. But my unsung hero of the player to watch, it's got to be Shotzi for me. It is. He was fantastic for Empire. I don't think anyone thought that Empire was going to be like a team in the finals this event. And when you watch him, you just see how much he impacts the game for Empire. He's kind of similar to what Abizi is to FaZe. He makes the game just a lot less stressful on everyone else. And I think not only is his movement and art, watching his point of view is an art, he's making his teammates better. He's gonna get to a point, I was gonna say a really bold prediction, but I'm not, but he's gonna get to a point where he's looked at as the best in the game, I think, moving forward in the last 2 stages.
What was your bold prediction, Link? I'm curious.
No, let me keep it. I'm gonna keep it to myself for a little bit. I'm just gonna go
all
crazy.
his bold predictions are always right.
I don't even know what I said. They was definitely not right this time. What did I say?
Yeah, stop
I
giving this-
said the team coming from losers was gonna win, and they almost did.
I think I probably had the worst one out of all of us this time.
His luck ran out. I think I need to look. My one to watch is probably Bance, because Bance, when they beat FaZe, Bance was so incredible. He played so well, and he continued to play so well. And then he played in the final, the winners final against FaZe this time around, and he dropped like a .63. It was bad. He got world starred by FaZe. Then he does go into losers, and even though they lost to Dallas, he actually had like a 1.23 or something. He had a very, very good series against Dallas. The reason I want to watch Vance is because he was so good, and then suddenly stuttering against FaZe, which is the team that he can't do that against. I want to see him get back into that rockstar form we've seen from him. So he's my.
I like it. I like it because
and he can do it. We know he can do it.
Yeah, he's got it in him.
Yeah, he does. He's in a crucial spot for the team where he doesn't actually have to go crazy too. Yeah. He just has to be consistently there for the team and making whatever role play they need to win. So yeah, I like it.
All right, this time, bold predictions. We already teased some of our old ones, but bold predictions for stage 5, kind of nebulous, so maybe week 1. I don't know exactly what we're gonna predict boldly, but we will do it.
You wanna do week 1 or just like
the whole stage?
Whatever suits your fancy. You can mix it up. Do whatever you want.
I'm pretty sure FaZe got the first seed in every single one.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna be like, so this is gonna be FaZe's worst regular season group stage.
And they're still gonna get first?
No. They're gonna end up in like 3rd. They're gonna barely make it through winners.
Oh.
But then they're gonna win the tournament anyways. But it's because in my head they're gonna be trying to iron out any details that they have to fix before champs.
So playing their worst maps and taking those risks.
Risks and veto strength and all that. Anything that where they were like, because they almost lost this tournament. So I know they're gonna look back and like, all right, what do we need to fix and work on that, and it's gonna cause them to lose a match, maybe 2 that they shouldn't lose. They'll still make it to winners, and then we'll see.
Yeah.
Okay.
I actually like that a lot.
My bold prediction, I gotta keep rolling with Seattle Surge and Sammy. I think they're gonna make it into winners bracket.
Okay.
I think I hope they have the experience that they're gonna realize, hey, maybe we were just all in our head. You know, it wasn't that we're bad online. We just need to put more effort, more passion, and have fun instead of being so stressed. I think they're gonna make it in the top 3 of whatever group they're in. And I think they're gonna make a run in the major. This is the home run.
Going all the way.
They're not gonna make it to champs because they're just so far behind, but I think they're gonna make it.
Winners finals?
Winners
round 2. I feel like winners round 2 would be a crazy run for them at this point.
I think they're gonna get top 4, but I just went deep.
I like that.
So someone save that, and if they don't win a series in this, then just delete that.
Okay. This maybe I don't know how bold this is. I think Thieves in whatever group they end up in will be starting in winners for stage 5.
Let's go. Love that one.
That's bold.
If Slasher stays on the team, which I assume he will stay in the lineup.
Yeah, I think he's
safe.
Yeah, I think if Slasher stays in the lineup for them, then they get into winners. Might not be clean winners, but they will find themselves there. That is my bold prediction. So let's do a final section before we wrap things up. Final roster mania period speculation for you. So pretend you had the power, right? So you have the prop right in front of you. What changes do you make? You are God. You get to do what you want.
It's got to be more specific, like of any team.
I'm not doing let's just ignore the bottom
Okay, how about
teams.
this? I'll constrain you. You can make one move. What is the move you make? Any team make one move.
Trying to just purely win, right? Because I'm not dropping scum. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I assume, you're not going to make a move for anything other than
we're working in the realm of possibility, right? So I can't just like take Sam and add him to my team.
Yeah.
All right. So I would do
Go ahead.
Even if it's a thin possibility, what's your one move?
You want me to go first?
I'll go
I'm
first.
gonna start concocting.
No, I'll go first. This is easy. The one move that I would do that is realistic, if I was LA Thieves, I'm bringing Draza back into the starting lineup. Not for Hugh though. I'm bringing him in for TJ. Run that second sub with Kyler. I thought he looked, they played LAG. It was only 5 maps. But he looked really good with a sub, small sample size. We all know how talented he's been. He's been one of the best.
He won the challengers thing with the sub.
Yeah. And TJ just has not been good. I know people say he's the glue player, the intangibles. I don't know.
Though, he really hasn't.
I don't know what it is. He's not been performing well. Maybe he just doesn't fit with the team. It's simple as that. But I think they need to change it up. That needs to be their last move. So then have Slasher, Kenny, Draza, and Hugh, and just let them swing for the fences, see what happens.
I mean, I agree with that, to be honest. TJ hasn't been good, and that trio, the reason why I wasn't super hyped for this anyways is because the trio just has never played well together anyways.
Yeah, they really haven't.
So you might as well, I mean, just try.
Not make it a trio anymore.
Yeah, not make it a trio, split it up. Who knows? I mean, I don't think that's a bad answer. For me.
I also have no idea what is probably going to happen, and people are going to think that I'm just leaking. Because every time I say anything about LAT, it happens. But I'm just a savant.
For me, I don't see.
It's tough.
It is tough because all the top 4 teams are not making a change, right? Like, they're not going to make a change.
But in your dream world of the what ifs.
Oh, well, Dream World, hold up. I don't know about Draza. We getting sick.
Yeah,
okay,
I'm trying to be.
Dream world within
I'm
the realm of
also
possibility.
trying to be.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to be realistic with it. Who's there? I probably, honestly, I feel like ROKKR's ceiling was higher with accuracy. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I agree.
I feel like, I don't even know if that's a major Maniac thing or a team thing, but even though they won the match and they made it to winners, it's like, they're okay. And I feel like they have some of the pieces to be better than okay. I think that, I mean, he was going through a rough time because it was Ramadan or something. He wasn't eating, and then he had a bad stage, and then he got dropped from the team. But the team never really rebounded from that. Yeah, they 3-0'd Subliners, but that was just with the sub. I'd probably add him back to the roster, and if I was them, I'd still think they're one move away because they're not great. And if there's a way to get to like maybe make a swap and get some more aggression, like maybe even, this sounds kind of crazy because I think attach is gross, but if you could maybe get a swap and try to get Neptune on the team, on that team like that, I think that's something that's like, one,
Neptune
they get a
yeah,
that'd be a duo.
or to get a historically better player, a player that can, for the longevity of Florida,
could be like a figure, like a cornerstone of Florida. Yeah.
To go with the team they have pieces, and maybe they'll mesh better with him. Maybe the team will work better with him. And then you give Minnesota some much needed aggression. And I think that they do need something. But I'd also add actually back to the starting lineup, because he's always at his best when he has really aggressive people in front of him. Then he'd have Priest who's super aggressive and 2 super aggressive subs. And
I would like to see Neptune and Standy together, see how they play on the map.
That's just a random thought. It won't happen, but you know.
Dun, dun, dun.
I could be out here, peace.
What would you do, Katie? No shot. You don't have an answer. It's too hard.
I want to replace Havoc with someone.
Ooh.
That was easy.
Yeah, wow. Okay, I didn't even think of that.
I've never been that.
That was so quick.
That was
Fuck
super
Havoc.
quick. I would replace Havoc too, though, for the record. Do you know he's the worst Champs player ever?
Well,
I don't know. Is he? I don't know. I'm one of the best.
Well, maybe a not so fun fact for Havoc. There you go. Yeah, that.
Was who though?
She just said she don't even want nobody in return.
I know
you
it's
just want to
him.
drop. I just want to drop Havoc.
I know it's him. It's just hard. I don't know. Oh, bring in a rookie. Bring in like Sib or someone. Oh, fuck it.
They run completely different roles.
I know, but
She
like
just
saying get someone.
I don't know. No, that was my thing. Like I know him. I don't know.
Bring Slack back. Bring Slack back.
That.
No.
I don't know.
Slack's a better player than Havoc in my opinion, but it is what it is.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I don't have the second. I'm
saying.
50%. I know Havoc. I don't know what else.
That's when you know you're down bad. I don't know.
He said, I don't know who I want, but just get a player.
Not
Mohawk,
you.
Pro Loot, Spart. Who runs the sub? One of them.
Just throw.
I don't know. He's one of the challengers players that's in the finals a lot. I'm paying attention out here. John clearly doesn't want to be there. He would have been there. He doesn't want to be in the league. I mean, I'm just calling it like I see it. Somehow John is not playing.
Fair.
And I think John's waiting.
He's probably waiting until next year.
Okay. Also, before we go, I'm not gonna let this go. I want to know what your secret thing was that you've been keeping from us. You had some secret prediction, some bold idea that you didn't want to tell us.
Was it about the shot?
Shots, you think?
You gotta tell us.
Just
think of it this way: if people have got to this part of the show, they've earned.
Okay, that's fair. The bold prediction was gonna be Shotzi is gonna lead Empire back-to-back COD Champs.
Okay. I mean, I can see it. It's part of what I was saying. At least the #2 team. I can actually see it, to be honest.
It's like not that bold, but it is also very bold.
To me, if Vivid becomes more of a consistent, like making less rookie mistakes added on to his actual obvious ability, it could be it.
I like it. That's our Easter egg for the end of the show if you get to it. And we are at the end of the show. This is our preview for Stage 5, guys. Thank you so much for joining us. Let us know what you think, and do you think Enable is right in his extra spicy bold prediction with Shotzi and with Champs? He says always, let us know what you think, and we'll get ready for Stage 5.